Hi, I'm Celia Rohde, a fellow member of the First Congregational Church. I live in Glen Ellyn with my husband, Peter Cooper, and I'm the mother of 4 adult children. My youngest daughter, Polly, is currently living with us. You know, while I've experienced challenging times in my life, like most of you, I've never experienced anything quite like what we're going through with the COVID-19 pandemic. Last week, Emily Gertner shared her wonderful perspective of remote learning for her nursing degree at the University of Michigan. If you didn't have a chance to watch Emily, I strongly recommend you take the time to do so. She shares an important perspective on how this time triggers a lot of emotions, and it's okay to grieve. I agree with all that, but since Emily nailed it, go watch her story. What I will say is that I'm feeling particularly unsettled right now, not knowing when things can get back to normal or even what normal will even look like in the future. I'm not sure if I ever will be able to, or if I'll want to, go back to a daily commute on the Metro train into Ogilvie Station to work in the high-rise Chase Tower. But I am working, and I found that some of our new tools like Zoom meetings are pretty effective. Really, when I think about it, and I do think about it, I have a pretty good situation. I have my job. I have enough. I have food. I have a warm bed. I have a comfortable home. I have internet access most of the time. And I have a lot of folks who love me. But even with all of these blessings, I found myself missing the ability to connect with people. And I realized I was missing having fun. That led me to think about, how do I find joy during this time? I call it finding the silver linings in the COVID-19 cloud. Now, some of you know that I have a little bit of a baking and a cooking problem, meaning I love to bake and cook, probably to excess. So I decided maybe I would channel that gift into making connections with others, even during this time of social distancing. So I started sharing, baking, and delivering, and ding-dong ditching with my family and close friends. Then I started thinking about supporting local businesses and how to connect with my neighbors, especially the ones with young children. And I had heard stories about neighborhoods hiding stuffed bears in the windows of their homes so that neighborhood children could hunt for bears when they went out on family walks. So I sent out emails to my neighbors, or all the ones I had emails for, to suggest and encourage them to put bears in their windows, and also for the neighbors with young children to encourage them to hunt for bears when they go out on family walks. And that week, I received a text from my next door neighbor who told me that while changing her 1-year-old daughter's diaper, her daughter was looking out the bedroom window and pointed over at my house and said loudly to her mom, "Buh!" Gemma had spotted the first bear. So I called the Glen Ellyn bookstore and I ordered several copies of a fun book called We're Going on a Bear Hunt. And that week, one afternoon, Peter, Polly, and I had an absolute blast going door to door to our neighbor kids, delivering a copy of the book and a batch of homemade peanut butter blossoms. A recipe, by the way, out of one of the First Congregational Kitchen Chicks cookbooks. And a recipe I highly recommend, by the way. We had so much fun. It truly was pure joy. So this might not solve a major problem, but I believe finding ways to find joy is also important. And if you've listened and watched this far, I'm going to give you a little challenge. I want you to think about 5 ways you can find joy, or 5 things you give gratitude for during this pandemic. Having an attitude of gratitude can be a very positive way to deal with this situation. And to get your ideas going, I'm going to suggest a few of my own. 1, realizing I don't need to stress about not cleaning my house. No one can come over anyway. 2, having lunch and dinner and conversation almost every day with Peter and Polly. 3, a shortened commute. I mean, the distance and the time from my bedroom to my office is a lot shorter, and I'm getting enough sleep. 4, getting old school and writing real letters and using real stationery and using cute stamps to post them. 5, ding dong ditching. I mean, who doesn't like that? And 6, because I'll give you a bonus, waking up every morning realizing that feeling healthy really is a great gift. Now I want to introduce you to my favorite bear. This is Nana. Now these days, Nana usually sits in my front window and she's looking for kids and neighbors. But today, Nana's joined me here and we're going to share a quote from We're Going on a Bear Hunt. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We are not scared.